I remember when you and I heard Change for the very first time, and I don't know about you, but right then I knew the next step of John Walker and Ryan Ross's journey was going to be spectacular. And guess what? I was right. hahaleynicole said, I was happily surprised about Take a Vacation. I thought the songs would sound too much alike, but they each have a flair of their own. Start with track 1, Change was the first song that we had ever heard from this album. I thought it was insanely appropriately entitled Change because of the huge drama surrounding the breakup and how an incredible shift was taking place. With the album's release last week, a few interviews were also released asking John and Ryan about touring the album and the split. John Walker went into some detail explaining, really, that was it. It was creative differences. The majority of the album was written while we were still in panic touring with them. So it was more along the lines of feeling like we were doing something that was ours and not having much motivation or contribution from the other side. John ended saying that the split was incredibly hard because the boys were such good friends and they had been through so much together. As for the song Change, it was an intro to the new, fresh, but vintage sound that resonates through this entire album. Paulmccharmley said, well, I think Take a Vacation is catchy and great. About the vintage theme, Ryan Ross told ARTISTdirect, we pretty much solely listen to the music our parents raised us on, which is kind of a weird thing. We feel like there's no one that can touch that stuff these days as far as talent and songwriting ability. As the title song of the album, Take a Vacation, in my opinion, though is not the strongest of the bunch, it still holds together the theme of 60s beach rock. Speaking of 60s beach rock, Cape Town totally got me grinning the first time I ever heard it. The instrumentals are so close to a combination of Beatles' Please Please Me and the Ronettes' Be My Baby. If you're not familiar with those songs, like seriously, listen to Cape Town and then go hunt down those oldies. It's like the boys are sampling from their parents' vintage vinyl collection, I swear, and it's awesome. Though this may sound circa 64, no Mop Top band ever had the lyrical witticism as Ryan Ross, in my opinion. Cape Town is on the first of many on this album that take the cake with lyrics. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It continues that beachy theme and adds some more fun to the album. While Young Bane's Die Tonight seems to be more fitting as a single because out of all of them, it really is an anthem of youth and summer, especially if you're a Beatle. Now you'll notice I keep going back to the 60s. ARTISTdirect explained this perfectly while talking to Ryan, saying you managed to embrace 60s influences without ever sounding derivative. In songs like Everyone But You, if you didn't know the boys grew up in the 80s and 90s, you would have no doubt believing that this song was recorded 50 years ago. The only difference is that darkness in the lyrics. In songs like The Other Girl and Lie to the Truth, you have that same sense. Both tunes are rather haunting, in the best way. Dangerous Blues would be the second song where I could say I was so impressed. Lyrics like, this is a home, we just don't have a door. Euphoria is a risk on the floor. Words keep on crawling from under the rug. Who knew that love was a dangerous drug? It's kind of reminiscent of Northern Downpour. So I like it. Defiance is another fun song, like Die Tonight, carrying that same free-spirited theme. But Heart of Mine is probably the sweetest song that you can find on this album. According to Ryan and ARTISTdirect, John and Ryan wrote this song when they were far away from home missing their girlfriends, and they decided to write this song for us. I mean, their girlfriends. Funnel Love was a bonus track that some people might or might not have heard that features John on lead vocals, which is kind of a nice change. The thing about this song is that every time I hear it, I impulsively want to dance like the teens in the montages of the Beatles' Hard Day's Night movie. If you're unfamiliar, they dance like this. Favorite lyric? When I was in Asia, I forgot how to call you. Went out to the graveyard and bummed a couple flowers to give you. That is from Cape Town. Favorite slow jam? Everyone But You. Favorite song? Well, I can't pick one. I'm gonna give this album 5 out of 5 because not only in the few days following the release of this album, but ever since the band broke up and their first song, Change, was released into the interwebs, I was so impressed with not only their sound, their writing, but also the way that they completely reinvented themselves and completely reinvented a classic genre. Tell me what you think about my review and the album, and thank you to everybody that commented their reviews and sent in their pictures. You can check out those individuals down below, and you can also see the full Bands and Fans gallery on WreckedRadio.net. I'll see you on Wrecked Radio News and the Eclipse soundtrack review. Peace,